welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook here at the 2017 New York Giants training camp. This is day one, and a lot of the players came in today to get ready to start practice tomorrow. And what we saw today at the podium was a few players that spoke about last year and what they're expecting for the upcoming season.
Yeah, I mean, it's a chance in a lifetime. I mean, Brandon's a guy that's been in the league for a while, and he hasn't been to the playoffs at all. So to be in that position, you got to take care of business. So got to keep that in the back of our mind, like I said.
Do you feel like you're a better team this year than you were at this point last year?
I mean, we just got to camp, so we got to see. You know, I think guys have done a good job working on the off season, just from what I've seen around the team. But like I said, we gotta see how we look at practice and everything.
How much do you think Brandon will help you?
Help me personally?
Yeah.
I mean, I can see him helping me a lot. Big body like that on the outside, along with Odell. We got two guys on the inside that do a great job of getting open. So I feel like he can help a lot. But I mean, we got a lot of work to do.
When you look at last year, you know, there were some good numbers. You know, you put up some good numbers as a rookie. Odell did. But the offense itself did not put up great numbers, scoring and things like that. When you look back and think maybe what went wrong and what can change this year to make it better?
I always look at just protecting the ball. I mean, that's the number one thing that we can control. And if you look at the top two teams last year that made it, they did the best at protecting the ball. So that's a big emphasis for us this season, going into camp.
What about for you personally? What's been a big emphasis in taking your game to the next level?
Taking my game, I mean, I've been talking a lot about yards after catch. I feel like I could have did a better job with that last season. So going into the season, this is probably going to be one of my main focuses. You know, and that's just putting the ball in my other hand, just little stuff like that, so able to use my stiff arm.
Because we all improved, whether it be the new guys we brought in, or the guys that we have coming back, and we have a lot of guys coming back from last year. And you know, the mission is still the same, just to be better.
The expectations are pretty high. A lot of people think you guys could be a Super Bowl contender. Are the expectations here the same?
We don't come here, you know, just to be subpar. We come here to perform at our highest level, and if everybody does that, I'm sure we'll win some games. But as far as, you know, predicting wins and losses and, you know, Super Bowls or bust, you know, I don't think anybody's here for that.
How much more pressure do you guys feel from that, though? Because obviously the outside expectations are bigger this year than they probably were last year.
Well, just like you said, it's outside expectations. 1% a day, man. Just get better, 1% a day. That's why I wore the shirt. I had on my snack shirt. I came in here with this shirt, man. That's our theme for this year. We can't do anything about the end of the year. We can't get to January unless we take care of this week first.
Is it hard to balance flushing what happened last year with keeping a little bit of that as you go forward as, you know, motivation?
No, because I think everybody in the locker room has experienced winning at some point and losing at some point. So, you know, it's a fine line, a thin line between both. So you have to be able to wipe away the year before, whether it be, you know, you guys did good or bad, and just never think that you got everything figured out.
Jim, how excited are you to put the pads on alongside some defensive line newcomers, namely second-round pick Dalvin Tomlinson?
Oh, very excited, man. No, I'm not a spring guy. I can't do anything in the spring. I'm not a finesse player. I'm physical, man. Like I said in my interview on Hot 97, I'm here to put paws on people and go home. So I can't do that in the spring. We get out here in training camp. This is what I'm made for.
What did you see from Dalvin this spring?
Oh, smart. The very first thing that pops out at you, and that's a lot of rookies unless they're quarterbacks. You know, that's one of the things you don't really notice. But he got coached by my former coach who taught me everything I know, Carl Dunbar. So I can see that helped him along the way. I can see everything that, you know, Coach Dunbar taught me. Dalvin is picking up the same thing.
That's over. It's a new year. You know, I'm ready to take our schedule this year and focus on that and not worry about last year.
Weston, what's the biggest difference that you can tell from this offensive line from last year going into this year?
Another year of maturity. We've been together all last year, and looking into this year, we got the same guys there, and I think one of the biggest things that helps an offensive line be good is continuity. So going to try to take that continuity, stay healthy, make sure we're all in there playing together as much as we can.
You mentioned continuity, but there's a lot of there's some newcomers in here, the rookies and free agency. Have you gotten to work with them a little bit, and if so, what are your impressions on them so far?
Yeah, we've gotten a lot of good work. We got good guys in the room right now that complement the guys that we had there before, and it'll be fun having them this training camp to really push them. They'll push us to be better, and I think we'll be a good unit.
Weston, from a conditioning standpoint, it seems like the bigger guys on the line got a little leaner this offseason. What was your approach to conditioning going into this season?
You know, my approach is different from theirs because they're, you know, those guys are bigger guys that may struggle with weight. I'm different in that situation, so you know, you approach it from different ways depending on your situation. So hopefully we're all conditioned and ready to go.
I think you just inherently gain that experience and you had that with you. So I'm just focused on flushing the bad things that happen and just moving on and getting ready to go this season. We're a whole new team. We have a lot of new faces around this locker room. We have a lot of the same faces. I mean, you look at our defense, we return, I think, 10 of 11 starters. But on offense, we got to go out there and we got to do our job. And as an offensive lineman, as a part of this unit, we got to go out there and do a better job. So that's something that we got to focus on and get going right now from day one, start of camp.
Why do you think the offensive line will be better this year?
We have more experience playing with each other. I think growing pains. I think some of it's we didn't play well enough, so you learn from that. I can speak personally from that. Going from my second year to my third year, I got embarrassed out there sometimes. And coming back with that drive, that determination to go out there and prove myself that I do belong in the NFL and I do belong in this league, that drives me to this day. So I think a lot of guys, you know, you got to look in the mirror and say, I wasn't as good as I needed to be last year. And that starts with me personally. I got to be better. I got to stay healthy. I can't miss 5 games. That's something that I'm looking forward to going out and playing all 16 games this year. And I'm looking forward to our unit to be successful.
Did it surprise you, and did it mean a lot to you that there were no real big changes on the offensive line? They're basically sticking with the same group this year.
I think it shows that they have confidence in our ability to get better. I know we have to get better. Everyone knows that we have to get better. We have to run the ball better. And I think that a bunch of the different moves we made throughout this offseason will help us. There's competition at the offensive line position right now. You know, you bring in a guy, DJ Fluker, who was 12th overall draft pick. Is going to add competition to the room, so that's exciting. That's going to make us better. Because if you're not putting your best production on the field, someone's going to replace you. I think that's not even a question.
Just a lot of players are not confident enough to say they want to play for a championship in training camp. What makes you confident about this group and this team to say that before camp starts?
It's going into my 5th camp. I think this is the best team we've had on paper. But at the end of the day, if you have a team on paper, that's not going out there and winning games on Sunday. We have to go there and put in the work and go out there and produce. I'm excited with the type of guys we have, the character that we have in the room, the coaches that we have. I think top to bottom, this is an exciting team. And once you've been to the playoffs and know what it's like and get that taste and know how good those teams are, we've beaten the teams that have been in the playoffs. So I think that's what gives us confidence.
I think with me, I feel real confident. I think as a team, we're feeling really confident, just trying to build off what we had last year. And I think just with the group of guys that we got, and the new guys that are coming in too, I think we have something real special. It's just about putting the work in that.
What about for you in year 2? Much more comfortable, I would assume. I mean, what else is for you is going to change, do you think?
Right. I think I'm a lot more comfortable with the defense, a lot more comfortable with the guys. Now it's just about like I said, putting the work in and just going every day just really hard.
Has anybody, like either the veterans or coaches, sort of verbalized the fact that you sort of have to understand that you don't get to pick up where you left off last year? You know, you guys aren't automatically a playoff team. Do you think you've gotten that into your head? Do you think this team has? But you especially as, someone kind of making that transition for the first time.
Yeah, definitely. We have high expectations for ourselves, and we know that. Now it's just about, like I said, just continue to put the work in, continue to just watch film and work hard. Because we know that we got to actually go out there and really play hard, and nothing's given to us. We got to go out and just really take everything.
What about the fact that so many defensive players are coming back? Some years, again, during the second year, you might have half the starters. There's so many new guys. How comforting is that, and how much more can you do because of that, do you think?
It definitely helps a lot. I think it helps with our chemistry, being comfortable with each other, and know what we expect from each other as football players and people. So I think that's going to really be beneficial for us during the season. So we can just build off what we did last year and just continue to just grow as a defense.
Do you enjoy it all, or get a kick out of when rankings always include your secondary as a unit among the, generally top 5 wherever you look, at least top 5 if not?
Yeah, I guess that's cool, but it's one thing for the fans, I guess, to look at. But for us, we just know we got to put the work in, and nothing's going to be given to us at all. That stuff doesn't really mean anything for this year. We got to just go out and prove to everybody and ourselves that we're a top defense, and it's just going to be about how we come together and how we just continue to work.
How much does a guy like DRC help you out, being able to play multiple positions and seeing it all and helping you come along as a rookie?
Yeah, I think DRC's versatility, he just helps our whole defense, knowing that we can move him around. He can play outside, he can play inside, especially if somebody in the secondary gets hurt. So he's interchangeable in that area. And it helps me too, he helps me out with the defense. He's very knowledgeable, he's very smart. So I'm just glad that somebody like him is on our team, and even Jack Rabbit, everybody in the defense, you have to be able to be versatile and move around.
Where specifically, if you don't mind mentioning, where are your specific goals for improvement? Anything you want to share?
Just want to be better overall as a football player. Just nothing crazy goals, just want to improve and help my team as much as possible get to the Super Bowl.